check engine light. Now this video is going to be my Citizen Kane. Now, if you've seen my other videos and you've seen the quality of them, you can rightly expect that it will probably be as good as what an 8-year-old Orson Welles would do. Actually, a little less than that, so don't expect too much. I got this check engine light, got code P0453, and it's something to do with the fuel pressure sensor. So start looking at the forums and stuff like that. First thing everyone says is replace your gas cap. Now, after looking further, it sounds like that almost never fixes this problem. But I looked at my gas cap and it was old, it was cracked. And a long time ago, I had gotten a checked engine light and I just turned it a few more times and all of a sudden it was fine. So I went ahead and replaced it. After I replaced it, at first I thought it was great. I drove to work. Hey, check engine light's gone. It didn't come back. This is great. This is wonderful. And then on the way home, bam, it's back. It was time to go into the trunk, or the frunk, as some might say it, the front trunk, to get to the fuel pressure sensor. Now, the fuel pressure sensor is under the battery tray, so you have to take out the battery and take out the tray. Once you get under there, you can see the fuel pressure sensor, and I could plainly see that there were some wires that were frayed, almost like something had gotten in there and started chewing on them, which is very possible, but it only happened with the fuel pressure sensor and nothing else. So thinking that this is probably just all the problem is, I go and I get a new soldering iron because, hey, I like to buy new things, and I couldn't find my soldering iron. I don't know, after I moved, it just disappeared. I took the soldering iron and I took the wire and went to try to solder it together. And so now we're driving to see if that worked. So there wasn't a lot of wire on one side. The connector, it was broken. The wire was literally broken very close to the connector, and then it was chewed up or scraped against something, or somehow it became very, very warm. The problem though is that the wire that I soldered on didn't have a lot of wire left to it. So I tried to do the solder and come on. My check engine light's on again. So obviously that did not fix it. Well, because the check engine light's on again, the next thing to do is to replace the sensor. However, because of how small that wire was, it's also very possible that the problem is the wire. So what I'm going to try to do is get some new wiring, possibly source the connector for the sensor. Probably have to get it through some Porsche dismantler. So if you are one and you want to get some free advertisement, let me know. I'm going to have to cut the wire out for the sensor, cut the other wires that are frayed, and solder brand new wire that's the same gauge in there. So that'll be part 2 of my Citizen Kane. And by the way, if you haven't seen Citizen Kane, you should. It is considered one of the best movies ever made. Although now that this is part 2, I might be turning into The Godfather. And I do have an orange right over here. We all know what that means. So yeah, my Porsche is looking kind of ratty now with its check engine light. I've got a brake wear light on that I have the part to fix it, but my key for my lug nut, so you got a locking lug nut, my key broke. And because that key broke, I can't take off that wheel. So I have a replacement lug nut. Now I have to figure out how to get the one with the key off. So yeah, stay tuned for that as well. So thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe so that when I replace the fuel pressure sensor and actually solder the wire correctly, that you'll get to see that happen. Which will be quite an accomplishment. I will probably be very excited to actually mend something, hopefully correctly. And of course, if I do it wrong, well, my whole Porsche could go up in flames, which that would be entertaining for you as well. So make sure to subscribe, leave a thumbs up if you like this, and make sure to comment, because I want to know how can I make these videos better. One thing that I know is I always get the lighting right. If you watch all the other videos on my channel, especially ones where I'm not driving, it's never backlit, it's always perfect. So I know I can't improve that. So make sure to check those out and let me know that that's actually the case. Bad boys, bad boys.